Welcome everyone, this is Cronin Webb coming to you with another training and some information on cold calling. Thought I would expand from the last video concerning cold calling, warm calling, known calling, relationship calling, open the relationship calling, and follow-up calling. Get a little small outline here, the types of people we could call on offline. And what I'd like to say that the process from cold calling all the way to eventually having a relationship with those individuals, even online, as they come to your websites, the same experience must happen. They must go through this process like a caterpillar, like a butterfly to a caterpillar back to a butterfly. It takes that progression to get enough information so that individuals can make decisions. The great Zig Ziglar said one time, many years ago in his training, that when people actually say no to you, a lot of times what they're really saying is based on the information they have received. They really haven't received enough information to make an intelligent decision to say yes to your product or service. Give them more information. Now, everything that I say or do or suggest, keep in mind that this has to fit your personality. A lot of times, unless I'm coaching one-on-one, there's no way for me to adjust the script or what people should try to say or do and be themselves at the same time. So therefore, I'm saying to you that this is the beginning. This is 101, and I'm going to try to cover this all the way through up to what I would believe to have a professional level of confidence and being able to take it to whatever level or type of customer a person desires, or talk or speak with any size of successful business or size of business or people out there in the offline world. So anyway, cold calling, we've talked about that quite a bit, and I've dubbed a lot of it. I think a lot of people may not even be reading or listening to these videos because they say, oh, cold calling, they're not interested in that. But as this develops, a lot of information is going to be good, no matter what type of position you want to have in promoting WA. And you'll learn quite a bit through these lessons and through the coaching that you could actually use in your, I guess you say, your day job. Cold calling defined would be people we do not know, don't want to, there's a lot of people just do not want to do this. They don't want to call on people. They have fear of doing it, so they don't want to do this for the reason of fear, and just don't want to do it no matter what. It's just a situation where that cold, the word cold in itself is, puts a damper on the whole subject. But if you think about it, unless you work in your warm market, your known market, and your relationship market, unless you have a lot of folks in those circles, you eventually will have to speak to somebody you don't know. And that's why in previous tutorials and teachings and videos I talk about the going about method. Instead of calling it cold calling, just go about and meet people. Just learn to meet people. After you've exposed yourself several times to them, they won't be cold to you. It won't be a cold relationship, and they won't be cold to you anymore. Also, the warm calling, that's people you have met or kind of know. They would recognize your name and your face. You're getting to know them. That would be people I'd call in your warm market. Now, a lot of people dub your warm market as people you know and people you have a relationship, and there's a lot of truth with that, but I call the warm market just that, warm, lukewarm. The known market is water that's a lot warmer than lukewarm, medium warm. And relationship calling, I call hot water. I mean, if you got a relationship, that's a great hot relationship, so to speak, in that you could speak to them. So The warm calling should lead to getting to know people. So known people would be people who you have met a few times. They know your name and your face. You could call them and they would take your call. Relationship calling is people you feel good to call on and would have dinner with. People that you could do more with than just business. Relationship calling is the ultimate thing. That's what you want to eventually develop. All relationships. You want to, all calls, those people that you know, you want to develop them into where you have a relationship, where there are people you do feel good about, and people that you don't mind being around, and people that you could literally invite to dinner, play golf, go bowling, play cards, whatever your hobbies are. Y'all would have something in common. You'd have a relationship. You may not have a business relationship with them, but you do have a relationship. People that you could do more with than just business. And once it develops there, you know you made it with those individuals, and they would listen to you. And you should never fear sharing something you feel great about, that you feel is a benefit that would help them. So I share with people all the time that if you don't try to help the people you know, or you're not willing to share the good news with the people you know, then who would you share it with? The open the relationship call. Now, this is the one a lot of people that I've added to my progression over the years, is because it's people that I do have a relationship, but I haven't really opened a relationship with them in the area of business. This is to get the people to say yes to your products or services. You make that call. In the old days, we called it closing the sale. But I don't really like the word closing. I'm not really closing anything with them. I'm really opening more up to them when I ask them to become a part of my business with me by benefiting from my company and my products and my services. You got to learn to represent what you sell and have to offer to people, instead of just offering things to people and you really start trying to sell what you represent. Representing it first, the bigger picture, and then sharing with them your products and services as a solution to their problems and their needs. I changed it from the closing the sale to open the relationship between you and your warm, known, and people you feel good about people. But don't have an agreed business relationship with them yet. So if you was to call on them and you was to begin to share with them, and you come to that point that you can see, hey, they're excited about what you're doing with WA, and you say, hey, how about taking a look at how you can get those free websites, that free hosting, and and tell them that by doing so, it would just progress the relationship further. You're going to open up a bigger part of your world to them, your business world, your educational world, something you really feel good about. And so you know them outside of business, but not inside of business. And we all have those people. And I'm always amazed that sometimes people I know actually end up doing business with other people when they can do business with me, and later tell me, well, you never really offered it to me, Ed. I knew you was in that field of business, but you never yourself said anything. Hey, what I got, you need to take a look at it. So, you have not because you ask not a lot of times. So I changed that closing the sale at the moment that you're ready to ask them to do business with you, to saying, look, let's open a relationship by getting you involved with me. And the way that would be is that I see you have a problem, I see you have a desire, I see you have a need, and I have the solution to that. So let's see if we can't get you taking advantage of that as I have in the past, and do it even as we speak. I've seen people say, just in the last couple of weeks, I spoke with some folks that said they'd like to own their own business, and I began to share with them about WA. And of course, when they found out, how long it might take them to learn, they go, wow, no, I want to get started tomorrow. I said, well, you could always get started tomorrow, and you can offer the opportunity at WA, at Wealthy Affiliate, to folks that you know, just like I'm offering it to you. And until you actually get to where you have confidence in what you're doing, you can offer the confidence of Kyle and Carson in the top 100 at WA. Use their integrity, use their success and credibility, and then until you have your own. So anyway, the last thing is the follow-up calling. This is the most critical of all of the types of calls you need to make. People you have met and you have any level of warm or known or relationship or even current customers that you may have to follow up on. I mean, in order to turn a cold call or cold market to you into a warm market, you got to call on. And we know that it takes about 7 to 10 exposures to a person and for a person, and they need to see information or hear information. Most of the time, it takes 7 to 10 times before they will even make a decision, and even ourselves before we'll make a decision or enter into an agreement to anything that's being offered. So since we know it's 7 to 10 times, we need to do enough follow-up for each contact offline or online, or calls them especially online, engaging them at our websites, and also they will keep coming back and opt in, and we send them additional information and emails. But to achieve that 7 to 10 time exposure to them, if you get that number, then they will have enough information and exposure to make a decision. Like I said in the beginning, no, I don't know, let me think about it. It's just they don't have enough information yet. They value their money more than they value what you're offering them. And until you build to value your products and service to a level where they can see that it's more valuable to own your products and service than it is to hang on to their money and their income, they're not going to spend their money or make that decision. And then being able to follow up with them after they make those decisions and reaffirming they did the right thing. And so if you think about it, if you know if there's someone you don't know, you need to let that person see you 6 or 7, 8, 9 times for different reasons. You don't have to just go there just to say, here's some information, here I want to let you know something. You could be just going to see them because they're in a retail outlet, and you go to ask them questions about golf equipment, or maybe you're buying sporting goods or clothes or food or wherever you're going about. That's the whole deal about going about. I can remember buying coffee at the same store every morning many years ago on my way out to in the job that I had, and I would see this person, and after a while it wasn't a cold relationship between me. It got to where we'd ask how each other's families were doing. And then one day I just said, you wouldn't be interested in this, and I told him what this was, and he said, yeah, I've been thinking about that, Ed. I said, well, really? I said, well, I'd like to, take some time with you. I've proven to be of service and value to other people here in the Baton Rouge area concerning this, and I believe I could prove to be of value and service to you on it. Could we get together on your next day off or one evening after work next week? And he said, yeah, and I made an appointment. It was one of the better sales that I ever made with the products and services I was representing at that time. So, warm market that you got to call on. You have to be innovative. You have to be creative. You have to find reasons why to expose yourself to these individuals. You don't have to say a lot. You don't even have to try to sell to them. But until you get them from what cold or warm, once you get them to that known, once they become a known to you, that next step to relationship happens fairly quick. But if you're not out there doing it with, say, targeting 30, 40, 50 people, you're not going to progress super fast with your business. I took a course a long time ago called developing prospects. And this man was in his 70s. I took it at LSU University, continuing education, when I was a young man, many years ago. And he impressed me so much with the fact that he took 5 people and turned those 5 people into 1,000 names on a list. And you know, that's the whole thing, is that if it's about the numbers, if it takes 7 to 10 times to expose yourself, to get an opportunity for someone to say yes or no, if they called you 6 or 7 times and asked you about information, if you only have 1 or 2 people doing that, then you wouldn't make very much money in life. And a lot of times the reason we have jobs is they pay us to do the labor, the manual stuff, the things that don't have anything to do with actually selling a product or offering a product or finding solutions to people's problems. But I can tell you that if you're online, you're at WA, you're looking to progress even in the virtual world, we have to learn to expose ourselves to individuals and communicate with individuals, and we need a lot of those people. A lot of people say the money's in the list, building up a big list of people to email to and pertinent information, finding that hungry crowd and then feeding them what they're hungry for. I could teach you all the sales techniques. I could share with you all the tactics. I could send you scripts after scripts that I got files, drawers full of. Tapes, records from the old days, the 33s, when Earl Nightingale and all those individuals today, Think and Grow Rich, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, all those books and tapes, and you could take all that and learn every bit of it. But if you didn't expose it to enough people in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, you're not going to make large amounts of income. And if you don't get people going to your website in volume and have a website that engages them and brings them back time and time again and purchasing and become your customer, you're not going to make a lot of money online. I mean, the great thing about WA that I see, a person can be referred easily, and you can literally begin to make income. Now, you ain't going to get rich, but if you start referring 1 or 2 people a week, you know, at the end of the year, look what you've referred. And it may not be where you're making $1,000 a month, but you might be making $400 or $500 a month. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you come to WA for. I only know what I came for and what my intent is and what I intend to do. And good, bad, or ugly, whether I speak well, whether my writing, my English, my enunciation, my punctuation, no matter what all that would be or not be, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to do my very best to continue to offer up help. I'm going to continue to offer WA. I'm going to continue to build websites and try to find a hungry crowd. And I came aboard many years ago to build an online business because I couldn't leave my house due to the poor health. When I first came, it was to get extra money, and it wasn't long after I came online I found my wife, my mother, and a lot of folks became sick, and so I had to find something I could do at my home, and this was it. And I was very fortunate because I found WA very quickly, and I don't mind telling you, I found it through Pot Pie Girl, and it just so happened I found honest people. I mean, the first time I ever Googled how to make money online. And that don't happen for a lot of people. But like everybody else, there was a lot of shiny objects, and I was looking for ways to cut corners, and I was looking for a system that I could learn and actually make income. And then because I made that income, I could offer and help others that are shut in, especially senior citizens, handicapped people. You know, I was looking to help those people. And now I've got exactly what in 2014 will be offered, and offered strongly to many people now, because I know the system I got. I know Kyle and Carson aren't going anywhere. I know that this will help people if they'll just have the desire to succeed. And it's like I said, it's people helping people. It's a part of the solution. And the other part is that we work with individuals that have a desire to succeed and are willing to put forth the effort to do so. That in that effort, they shall not fail. So that's Cronin Webb for you tonight, and the information I hope is going to be of help to you. You read over the outline, PM me if you need any questions, and I'm going to try my very best to continue this and continue to progress it from 101 until we get it to where it's the information piles up and it gets, I guess you could say, on a level that would be considered a professional level of going about. Going about, visiting, working, talking, exposing what you have to others as the solution to their problems. Y'all have a great day and a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.